Hey, so I heard a joke the other day about an elephant and a rabbit that was really funny.
Really? What was it? That is pretty funny.
But it gets better. After the elephant said that, the rabbit goes, "I don't need legs to swim, I've got an inner tube."
That's hilarious. That's gold.
I know, right? I would have never thought of that. But that's not the end. The rabbit goes, "No, thanks, I'd rather paddle."
Tears rolling down their face. That's too much.
I know, right? To top it all off, the elephant says, "If you want to paddle so bad, why don't you just hop in?" Hey, did you hear about the new strain of ketchup they invented?
No way, what's so special about it?
Oh, it's incredible. It comes out in strings, like spaghetti. So now, you can enjoy delicious noodles without any of the hassle.
That's wild. What did they call it?
They're calling it ketchloni.
No way, that's hilarious. What if you pour it on your sundae?
Then you'd have a tasty ketchloni sundae, of course.
They really thought of everything. Maybe you could use it for a taco night in your house.
Absolutely. Ketchloni tacos will be all the rage.
You're right. You could even replace lasagna noodles with it.
Oh, yeah. Let's call it ketchlasagna.
That's pretty genius. Is it available in supermarkets yet?
Oh, yeah. They just started rolling it out last week. It's made a huge splash because the people who try it can't get enough.
I guess I should try it out soon then.
Definitely. They even put out recipe books so people can plan entire meals based around it. We have to do a ketchloni night soon.
To get checked for drumsticks. That's a good one. So why did the carrot go to the spa?
To get a relaxing carrot eye facial treatment. Of course. Hey, why did the avocado go to the movies?
Well, I'd say because he wanted to watch a guac-stoppable hit. That was pretty good. Why did the banana go to the bank?
To get a money mutation, of course. Get it? Because money is appealing?
Oh. That's great. Alright, why did the snail go to the gym?
So he can work on his pacification. Because, snails are pretty slow.
Good one. Why did the penguin go to the ice cream shop?
To get some chillaxation. Get it? Chillin' and relaxin'?
That's so punny. Why did the snowman go to the beach?
I got it. To get a tan and achieve his lifelong snow-am of looking cool. Hey, friend. Hey, there, have you heard the latest?
No, what?
Ducks have declared a strike.
What? That's ridiculous. Why would ducks go on strike?
Apparently, they're really fed up with how their lives have been recently, after all these pond owners wanting them to lay eggs all the time. They want safer living, better labor conditions, and all that. Plus, they want more bread.
Well, that's understandably quackery.
We all know it's a duck domination world, after all.
but it's probably going to be really uncomfortable for humans when ducks start walking and marching in protest.
Probably, but who knows? The ducks might have some great ideas. They've been around a lot longer than us. Maybe they'll know how to make the world a better place.
That would be pretty revolutionary if they manage to achieve what they want.
Yeah, the fowl army will be on the march for sure.
Duck, duck, goose.
Ha! Maybe it's time for a new term based on these changes: quack, quack, honk. Hey. So how do you think our local weather will end up this week?
Oh, come now. Do we really have to talk about the weather again? It's such a mundane topic.
Is that so? Then what crazy idea can you come up with that's more interesting?
How about this: a giant sunflower taking over the town, bringing with it its magical rules and regulations. It's like a way more interesting version of our city's current state of democracy.
I see what you did there. Well, I guess Mother Nature is trying to tell us something. They say that its rays could grant wishes. You know what mine would be?
Do tell.
To have superpowers to do battle with the sunflower so it can't take over.
Ha ha ha, that's pretty amazing. I don't think any superpower can stop it though. Maybe we could make a deal with it. Like a monopoly kind of thing.
It sounds like something out of a Saturday morning cartoon. But what do you think it would offer in exchange of its territory?
Surely something out of the ordinary. It can sense what others want and needs from it. Maybe free ice cream or a free spa day.
Wow, that's quite generous. Sounds like a win-win situation for everyone.
I know, it could even pay for itself. Now, who's gonna be our leader in this battle?
Let me think about that for a second. Maybe Marvin the Martian? He seems to be missing from the action lately.
Haha, perfect. That sounds like it could be a funny story arc. Who knows, maybe we'd get a new show out of it.
Talking about new shows, I heard they recently released a new superhero movie.
Oh yeah. I bet it would be great to watch it with our own superpowers.
That would be such an amazing experience. But first, we'll have to save the city from the giant sunflower.
Absolutely. And with Marvin the Martian leading us, I'm sure we can get the job done.
Hey, did you hear about the new taco shop that just opened up downtown?
Sure did. Apparently, it's selling tacos with all the latest toppings, like gummy bears and potato chips.
No way. What about French fry tacos?
Absolutely. They say it tastes like an explosion of joy in your mouth.
Wow, sounds too good to be true. I'm gonna have to try it out.
Yup, and they've also got tacos with tuxedo-clad shrimp and cream cheese puffs.
Wow, someone's really thinking outside the taco box with that one.
Yeah, they're really pushing the boundaries of taco making.
It almost sounds too good to be real.
Well, I heard that the food is so delicious it causes people to find themselves dancing the Macarena in the street when they're eating it.
Now that I have to see.
Ha, I don't think the cops would be too pleased about it, though.
Well, if it's that irresistible, we'll just have to plan a trip.
Definitely. We can make it our own taco crawl.
Even better. We can get our hands on all the tacos the city has to offer.
You know it. It'll be a taco-filled night you won't soon forget.
Just make sure to rehydrate with a margarita or two in between tacos.
Now that's what I call a taquerita.
Hey, you know what I just heard?
What?
This one wild story about a bear who just opened up a bakery.
No way. What's a bear doing running a bakery?
Well, supposedly he was really great at baking, like, he could rise to the occasion better than anyone else in town.
That's hilarious. I can't even imagine a bear running a bakery.
Oh, I know, right? It's like, he's been preheating his ovens and kneading dough every morning at 6 a.m., ready to serve up some fresh bear claws, gluten-free oat cakes, and delicious brownies.
I would love to go, but I'm allergic to nuts.
Oh, don't worry, they make sure it's a nut-free bakery. They even do all their baking with honey from the local bees.
That's really thoughtful. So what's the bear's name?
Ding ding. He's always sweetening up the place with his bright and cheery personality.
That's awesome. Does Ding Ding have any specialties?
Of course. Everyone's favorite is his bearberry sourdough. Plus, he's always trying out new recipes for all kinds of goodies, like honey butter biscuits, honeycomb scones, and even honey walnut cobbler.
Yum! Do you think he'd let me bring my own honey?
Absolutely. All sweet things are welcome at the Bear Bread Bakery.
Ha! No, what's it about?
Well, the polar bear had just arrived in Antarctica when he spotted the penguin walking around, and he thought to himself, what a coincidence, here I am, the king of the Arctic.
That's hilarious. What happened then?
The polar bear asked the penguin for directions to the North Pole. But before the penguin could answer his question, the polar bear stopped him mid-sentence and said, wait a minute. Aren't you the king of this place?
What did the penguin say?
The penguin replied, actually, I'm the queen, she king of the Antarctic.
That's too funny. So, what happened next?
The polar bear laughed and said, interesting, I guess now I know why it's called the Cold War.
Ha! That's awesome. So what else happened?
The two then started talking and the polar bear asked who the penguin's biggest rival was. The penguin answered, the albatross. He always tries to steal my fish.
That sounds like one tough bird.
Hey, have you heard the latest news? I heard humans can now buy cat scrapbooks.
That's the craziest thing I've heard all day. What in the world do you put in a scrapbook of cats?
Well, the list goes on and on. Pictures of cats playing the piano, cats singing karaoke, cats running in mud, cats catching butterflies.
Wow, I had no idea cats could do so many amazing things.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like they're humans or something.
Don't let the cats hear you say that. They'll revolt, like something out of a horror movie.
That would be hilarious. Can you imagine what a world run by cats would look like?
Oh man, that's too funny. I guess we'd all have to wear fur coats.
And don't even get me started with the midnight snack cravings. Humans put a dent in the food supply.
Well, I might be able to survive on kitty litter.
Hey, if it's edible, I'll eat it.
Except I don't think any human would opt for the dietary plan.
But think of all the furniture that would go unused. Cats don't care too much for couches or beds.
That's for sure. Cats would just build their own fortresses out of empty food containers and cardboard boxes.
Better keep an eye on the sneaky ones, stealing away our Sunday naps.
Ha, yeah right. We'd have our work cut out for us trying to keep up.
Hey, did you hear about the new job trend?
What are you talking about?
Apparently, people are starting to get hired just to spin in office chairs all day.
That's ridiculous. What kind of job is that?
Well, they call it the office whirl. It's all the rage.
Wow, I'd rather be doing something more productive than just spinning around in a chair.
Yep, and you know what won't be spinning? Their salaries.
Groans, that's not very encouraging.
Well, I think some people do it for the fun of it.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Maybe, but you could say they're getting paid to wheel.
Chuckles, that's a pretty good pun.
I know, I will think of it.
Oh, come on, don't tell me you're not finished yet.
Alright, so I heard some companies are even turning these silly office whirls into a contest. The longest spinning time wins.
Now that's just ridiculous.
Hey, would you rather the contestant be running around in circles? That's just crazy.
Alright, you've got me there.
Yeah, it's like a tiny race for the talentless.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like we have bigger things to worry about in the world.
That's true, but sometimes everyone needs a break from the seriousness and just spin a while. Hey, did you ever notice how people only smile after you've taken a picture of them?
Yeah, I think it's because most people hate being photographed, and will do anything to get rid of the camera.
Maybe that's why professional photographers focus so intently on their subjects. Keeps people in place.
Or maybe when you're the one behind the lens, you control the whole world in front of you.
And those moments become forever frozen in time.
Yeah, like our teenage years, which are now preserved in Instagram.
But, unlike the minions on Instagram, we don't have that ability to go back and edit ourselves.
Unless you're like Hollywood stars, who have the ability to have their photos photoshopped.
Nah, don't get me started on that. Someone should write a horror movie about a world where our photos come to life and start stalking us.
Wait, isn't that the plot of that dystopian movie, Photogenic?
Now that you mention it, I guess it is similar. But, it's better to on the side of caution, that way you don't get sued for copyright infringement.
Good advice, or else your career as a horror movie writer will be forever doomed.
Maybe I'll just write about the absurd and funny antics of two friends instead, who can never seem to find a mutually convenient time to get together.
That would make a great sitcom. I hear there's a great market for comedy series these days.
Who knew I could make a career out of taking jabs at my own laziness and procrastination?
You'd fit right in with the rest of us procrastinators, that's for sure.
We could call the show of Friends later, like those memes.
Now that's a great title. Can't wait to watch the show.
Hey, man, did you hear about the alien that just landed in the park?
No way, what happened?
Well, they say that he just parachuted down from the sky with a big purple parachute. Apparently, he's been living off of root beer and donuts for the past 5 days.
That's absurd. Where did he get the root beer and donuts?
I heard that he had a stash hidden in a secret underground tunnel. But no one knows for sure.
That's hilarious. Are there any other crazy stories about him?
Yeah. Rumor has it that he's been trying to contact the president about some alien invasion plans. He's even been writing letters to the White House.
Wow, that's really out there. Is the president aware of this?
I think they found out, but they haven't officially confirmed it. On top of that, the alien got his hands on a nuclear weapon as well.
Yikes, what's gonna happen now?
Well, the president has dispatched a team of experts to the park in order to try and capture the alien and the weapon. They're going to be using some kind of restraining device so no one gets hurt.
That sounds dangerous. What will they do with the alien afterwards?
They're still figuring that out. The government probably plans on sending him back to his own planet, or at least that's what they're hoping. All we can do is wait and see. Hey, buddy. Did you hear about this new restaurant concept? They have a drive-thru where customers can pick up their food without ever leaving the car.
Wow, that sure is interesting. What type of food do they serve?
Oh, you know, the usual. Burgers, sandwiches, potatoes, salad. You know, the usual. Plus, you get a free toy with the meal.
That's amazing. So what kind of toy do they give you?
Well, they give you anything you can find in the restaurant, so it could be a spoon, a fork, a knife, a stray piece of lettuce. You never know.
That's quite a haul. And I assume you still need to pay for food?
Of course, but for the price, it's a bargain. You can get a combo and 2 free toys for like $20.
What an offer. Who could pass that up?
Exactly. And the catch is, you must buy the food in the drive-thru. If you cross the threshold and come inside, you lose all the perks.
That's ridiculous.
What? You think it's a cruel joke? It's actually genius. A way to keep customers coming in and traffic flowing.
Well, maybe so. But it sounds like you're breaking a lot of safety rules with this concept.
Yes, the safety issue. Well, you'll be glad to know that the drive-thru has monitors tracking the safety of drivers. Plus, drivers must wear masks, and there are strict social distancing protocols.
That's a relief.
That's not all. They are also experimenting with delivery drones to bring people their meals without them ever having to leave their homes.
Now that's really taking the drive-thru to the next level.
You better believe it. Pretty soon, you'll have robots delivering your burgers through the window to your car. We've come a long way, haven't we? Hey, buddy, have you heard about the latest craze?
No, what is it?
Have you heard of the concept of AI sealant role-playing?
You can't be serious. What is egg sealant role-playing exactly?
Well, the idea behind it is that you and your friends can pretend to be various breakfast food items. Hailing from different egg regions, there's the egg states of Pochadvania, the Republic of Hardboiled, the Confederacy of Scrambled, and the Federation of Omelette.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Do people actually participate in this?
They sure do. It's been an overall hit, particularly with egg pun fanatics. People create characters, develop stories, and even plan epic egg scale battles.
What kind of battles?
An all-out war between Sunnyside warriors and omelette generals. The scrambled have to climb mountains of oblek to enter territories. People can make their own costumes, come up with clever egg-based names, and even draw their own maps.
That's so bizarre. What's the point of it all?
It's a great way to explore your creativity. You get to engage with some really spectacular egg-related puns and immerse yourself in this strange universe of eggs. It's actually quite an excellent adventure. Hey, have you ever noticed that the cupcakes from the grocery store have faces on them?
Yeah, it's like they know when you're about to eat them.
They must spend their time in the bakery plotting their revenge. I wouldn't be surprised if they held secret cupcake meetings at night.
Well, if they do, I'm sure they'll all decide that they want their cakes, and to eat them too.
I'm sure they do. We'll never know how they manage to escape the refrigerator though.
I know. Maybe they have a secret cupcake tunnel that leads outside and they all sneak out through it at night.
Or maybe they hire a cupcake thief who sneaks in just to release all their buddies.
Yeah, that would definitely work. Although it would be kind of funny if they all just decided to stay in the fridge every night, just to mess with us.
They could start a cupcake rebellion. Once they get enough cupcakes, they could start staging their own mini bakeries in the back of the store, and it'd be a whole thing.
Maybe they'll be the first ones to introduce new flavored cupcakes in the area. Salted caramel apple would be pretty delicious.
Oh, yeah, I could totally get behind something like that. But if they go too far, the store manager's gonna be seeing red, cherry red that is.
Haha, yeah, he'll definitely think it's nuts if they start bartering and accepting cupcake coins as payment.
You read my mind. Maybe they'll have their own little cupcakery economy and it'll be the new trend in town. Who knows, maybe one day everyone will be eating cupcakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, it's been all over the news. People have been talking about the whole blood moon thing.
I know, it's a real bummer. Especially since I heard that some folks are trying to mark their houses off as eclipse-free zones.
What on earth? That's crazy. I mean, how are they even going to pull that off?
Well, rumor has it that they're investing in giant umbrellas.
Umbrellas? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the way I heard it, the giant umbrellas are really expensive. Like $10,000 or something like that.
That's insane. Who has that kind of money to spend on umbrellas?
I mean, it is a blood moon after all. People are doing whatever it takes to not get cursed.
I guess anything is possible when it's a blood moon. But umbrellas? That's a real stretch.
Yeah, and I heard that some people are even hiring a witch to cast a magic spell to keep the eclipse away.
Witch? Now we're talking about witches? This has gone too far. What's the world coming to?
Who knows? Pretty soon we might have to be worried about zombie eclipses or something.
Zombie eclipses? I know they say anything is possible during a blood moon, but that sounds like something out of a horror movie.
I was walking down the street earlier when I noticed something strange.
What was it?
I saw a clown riding a unicycle, eating a burrito, and singing the national anthem at the same time.
That is pretty strange. How does one even manage to do all of that?
Well, I'm guessing it takes practice. Imagine if clowns had to pass a test before they have their license to ride a unicycle, eat a burrito, and sing the national anthem at the same time.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. We could call it, the Clown O'Clock Challenge.
Ha! I can see it now. Who needs the Olympics when we have the Clown O'Clock Challenge?
That would be so funny. So what happened with the clown?
He managed to ride the unicycle and he ate the burrito, but by the time he got to the national anthem, he got so distracted that he completely forgot the words and just started humming.
Ah, so that's why they need to practice.
Yeah, but you know what's even weirder? After that, he just rode off into the sunset, eating an ice cream cone and juggling the unicycle, singing the tune from The Lion King soundtrack.
That is definitely an impressive show. We should all learn a few new tricks to impress people.
Hey, did you hear the one about the pig who wanted to stay up all night?
Absolutely not. What made him want to do such an absurd thing?
Well, he heard about a bring your own bacon late-night club and wanted to go check it out.
I never heard of that club before. Is it a trend now?
I think he made it up. But that's not the craziest part.
What?
Apparently, he thought staying up all night long would make him the biggest hit at the club. He was convinced that if he didn't get his snout on the dance floor, he'd miss out.
That's ridiculous. He's an animal. What did he expect to happen at the club, exactly?
He was hoping to get his hoof step on and show everyone how he boogied and oinked like a real DJ.
That's some wild imagination he has. How did it end up?
It didn't end very well. He ended up sleeping through the whole night, snoring loud enough to wake the neighbors. Apparently, the partygoers found it more amusing than annoying.
Missing sock. That sounds intriguing. What's this all about?
It's very simple. Someone from the neighborhood is always losing their socks, so every day a different sock is found somewhere in the city.
Now that you mention it, I have noticed more than a few single socks around. But how does this missing sock thing help?
The goal is to find the missing pair for each one. It's like a game. Everyone is participating.
It's a cool concept, but who could be behind the disappearing socks?
We think it's the infamous sock taker. It's the only logical explanation.
The sock taker? That sounds like a character right out of Where the Wild Socks Are.
Hey, that gave me an idea. Let's organize a wild sock hunt. We can send out invitations to all our neighbors and get them to bring their own sock collections.
That's a great way to bring the community together. We could even make it a competition with a reward for finding the most socks.
I never thought I'd be on a mission to recover lost socks, but I'm totally up for this. The race is on. Hi. How has your day been?
Oh, you know, same old, same old. Except for I was walking through the park and I saw a guy stealing a herd of elephants.
That's so strange. What did you do?
Well, I pulled out my rocket launcher and blasted him from the park. Ha!
Wow, that's quite the arm you have there.
Yeah, I like to practice. It's a cool way to blow off some steam.
I hear ya. But, couldn't you have just called the police on him?
Nah, I didn't think of that. I mean, you can't drive an elephant to the station, can you?
Actually, I heard there are special police units that specialize in rescuing large animals from crime scenes.
Whoa, has animal crime gotten to be that much of a problem?
I guess so. People say that the wrong side of town is becoming a bit of a zoo.
Ha ha ha, that's hilarious. People say the weirdest things. Speaking of which, did you hear that dolphins are the new cats?
Really? How so?
People think they're smarter because they live in the ocean and they give you that puppy dog look when they want attention.
That's a little far-fetched.
Yeah, but it's definitely an interesting new trend. I've seen some folks on the street walking around with their mid-sized dolphins on a leash.
Hey, did you see that new moon last night?
Yeah, I sure did. It was positively otherworldly, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I just have to figure out why we haven't had flying cars yet.
That's easy. I think it's because of our collective case of Cobble syndrome.
Cobble syndrome?
Yes, Cobble syndrome. It's the main thing that stands in the way of progress.
What's Cobble syndrome?
It's that weird feeling you get when life throws you a curveball and suddenly you find yourself standing on a pile of cobblestones instead of on a paved path.
But isn't that how progress is made? By going against the grain?
Yes, it is. But the tricky part is avoiding getting buried under the cobblestones first.
That's certainly true. But aren't cobblestones the pathway to a better future?
Sure they are, but you need to jump over the obstacle course of cobblestones and find some smooth sailing. Actually, I've heard that it's the journey that's important, not the destination.
Well, if our destination is flying cars, I guess the journey through the cobblestones is our only hope.
You got that right. Let's get to it.
Hey, I just thought of something so random. What if chickens had lips?
Well, that's an interesting thought. It would definitely make eating corn on the cob more interesting.
Yeah, and picture this: they line up in salons to get their lips done with hot wax and plumpers. Talk about an awkward situation.
Oh, how funny. That would make for a great reality show. Foul makeover.
I love it. It's like a rooster version of the Kardashians. You know, they can flap their wings and their lips pop.
OMG, that's hilarious. Can you imagine a scenario where they start a lip gloss business?
Absolutely. Suddenly there's a flock of chicks with gloss, strutting around and preening themselves. They'd be a huge hit.
Yes. Dreaming of sweet success, they enter the lip gloss wars like a beakful of beauty pageant contestants.
And before you know it, the sky is full of flying billboards, promoting the latest shade of a lip slicker.
Hot pink popcorn pouts. Pecking their glossy beaks with coral tints. What a sight.
Yeah, they've definitely changed the beauty game, and they're crowing with pride.
Not to mention the interest of big beauty brands. Imagine the good fortune of the top lip line foul.
Yup, now they're sashaying down the red carpet with wizened paparazzi fanning them. Who would have thought chickens could make it so far? What did the librarian say when asked if he had a book on stress? That's insane. I can't believe somebody funded a study like that.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that make you wonder how anyone ever came up with the idea in the first place.
Do you think the same thing holds true for humans?
I'm not sure. I guess they could always try to give a teenager a test while they listen to Metallica and then play Brahms and see which one performs better.
I'm not sure if I would want to volunteer to be the guinea pig for that experiment.
Yeah, me neither. Although it would definitely generate some interesting results. Ha ha ha. It would be a breakthrough discovery. It certainly beats having to listen to Mozart while you study.
Speaking of music, I heard there's a country song about the dangers of over-emailing.
Is that right? What's it called?
Don't hit send too soon. Now that's a catchy one.
Yeah, it definitely raises awareness of the consequences of emailing without thinking first.
Exactly. After all, you don't want to be sorry when the wrong people read your messages.
No kidding. That's why they invented the delete button.
I heard a rumor that opposites attract, so I figured I'd give it a shot and take up downhill baking.
Wow, that's certainly one way to look at it. What kind of cupcake do you think you'll make first?
Good question. I think I'll go with something classic, potato chip coconut cake.
Sounds interesting.
Not to mention it's a great way to boost my confidence. I know for a fact that when people see potato chip coconut cake, there's no way they won't take notice.
I have to say, I'm intrigued. Who would have thought potato chips could be incorporated in a cake, let alone result in something that tastes good?
Well, I like to think that I'm an out-of-the-box thinker. I recently made broccoli caramel pie and it turned out to be the talk of the town.
That sure sounds different.
It's all part of my master plan to disrupt the baking industry. My goal is to take all the traditional junk food items and give them a healthier, cake-y makeover.
Well, it sure is a noble goal.
Thank you. Did I tell you I've already got a name for my line of frankencakes? I'm calling them Bakeaholics and Non-Cakes.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's a clever way of letting people know they can indulge in the craziest, most inventive cakes without worrying about any health risks or getting addicted to baking. Plus, it sounds pretty cool too.
Definitely. You're going to be a baking revolutionary.
Hey. Could you believe the news about the giant spaghetti monster looking for world domination?
Huh, no way. What kind of a monster would have such an outrageous ambition?
Actually, it's been said that the evil spaghetti monster is an expert in political campaigning, so who knows what could happen?
That's too much. Who gave him the idea to begin with?
Well, the rumors say he read The Prince by Machiavelli and decided to try his luck at ruling the world.
No way. That doesn't seem like a recipe for success.
Maybe not, but there's no denying the spaghetti monster is leaving a trail of spaghetti sauce and chaos in his wake.
That's pretty intense. What kind of strategies is he using?
Apparently, he relies mainly on charm and social media to reach out to his followers. He's even been seen retweeting hashtags like hashtag spaghetti power and hashtag lettuce de ketherol.
Wow, who would have thought he'd be so savvy?
I know. He even has a noodle-themed campaign slogan, "For a better tomorrow, elect the giant spaghetti monster."
Yikes. He's really taking this seriously.
That's not all, he's also been using buzzwords like al dente and carbonara to appeal to the younger voters.
This is madness. What can we do to make sure he doesn't get elected?
I don't know, but we can try to spread awareness and make sure that everyone knows the truth. Maybe if we try hard enough, we can prevent him from taking over the world. Hey, let's talk about something really dumb, like vacations in North Korea.
Okay, that's definitely random. What's so special about North Korea as a vacation destination?
Well, I hear that it's a great place to get a healthy dose of propaganda and brainwashing. Plus, the Kim Jong-un guillotine is a must-see if you're in the area.
Wow, I didn't realize that was a thing. How does one get there?
It's actually quite simple. You just have to bribe the guards at the border with your soul. Then, you sign a pledge to be the permanent property of the supreme leader, and you can go on your way.
That almost sounds too easy.
Well, it's a small price to pay to gain access to the wonders of the Hermit Kingdom. You can go to the demilitarized zone and see the Wall of Lies, or try the local delicacies like cockroaches, grasshoppers, and fried frogs.
What about the entertainment?
There are plenty of fun activities there. You can learn the dance of the deer leader, or ride the roller coasters of censorship. Plus, the nightlife is amazing, it's all the rage to dance the rakwan.
I guess if you're willing to pay the price of admission, then North Korea isn't so bad.
Hey, there, man. What do you want to talk about?
I was thinking about the migration of birds. That's a pretty interesting topic, don't you think?
Interesting? That's one way to put it. But I think it's more of an absurd and funny topic. I heard that, apart from being incredibly amazing flyers, some birds are really good rappers too.
What? That's ridiculous.
But it's true. I saw this one bird who flew in a straight line, singing and rapping old school hip hop. He was definitely the coolest bird on the block.
That's really wild. I wonder if there are more birds like that.
For sure. Sometimes I feel like I'm surrounded by birds that have secret talents when it comes to music. Who knows, soon we might have an avian boy band.
Ha ha ha. Now that's one way to shake things up in the music industry.
Yes. Just think about it, an all-bird boy band. I can already imagine their music videos and the crazy looks they'd make on stage.
Throw a little animated dance sequence in there and you've got yourself a chart-topping single.
That sounds like a plan. This might be the most exciting thing that's ever happened in the world of bird migration.
It just goes to show you never know what a bird is capable of.
Indeed. And speaking of capabilities, I heard that some flocks of birds can actually solve complex mathematical equations on the fly.
That really takes winging it to a whole other level.
I know, right? I can just picture them frantically calculating the odds in midair amidst thunderous applause. I mean, talk about performance pressure. Hey, have you heard about the new baseball team that just joined the league?
Yeah, I heard they're playing with a frisbee. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I mean using a frisbee instead of a baseball sounds crazy, but they are.
Hey, it could work. Anything to mix up the game and give it a little spice and excitement.
Maybe, but what if it starts raining? The frisbee is going to get soggy.
Well, they could always switch to a beach ball.
That's true, but then the sand would get everywhere.
Ooh, we'd need some tarps or umbrellas to keep the players from getting sandy.
That's a great idea. I'm sure the fans would love it.
Yeah, if nothing else it would make for some amusing photography.
You know, maybe the team should just switch to golf.
Golf? Are you crazy? That would be like watching paint dry.
Oh come on, they could call themselves the fringe putters.
That's actually pretty clever, I like it.
Score one for Whoopi Goldberg.
Hey, I like the way you think. Now, let's see if we can come up with a zany team mascot.
Have you heard about the new trend of taco scoping?
Taco scoping? What on earth is that?
Oh, it's when people look through tacos like they are telescopes.
That sounds utterly ridiculous.
Hey, if you want to stay up with the times, you need to be on the butt end of the newest trends.
Speaking of trends, have you heard that red is the new black?
Yeah, but I heard it was the turquoise taco at last week's Taco Scope fashion show.
Wow, I can't believe how fast things change. I guess I'll have to break in the taco scope and find out for myself.
I wouldn't bother. It's just a passing fad.
Well, I guess it was worth a shot.
But if you're looking for something more permanent, I've heard that taco chimney sweeping is all the rage.
What is taco chimney sweeping?
Taco chimney sweeping is where you have to pass a specially designed taco brush down a chimney made from tacos.
That sounds like more work than it's worth.
True, but you can't deny the satisfaction you get from eating all the leftover taco crumbs afterwards.
That's true. I guess I'll look into it.
Hey, there. Did you hear the news?
What news?
They're actually launching a new rocket ship that will take people to the moon and back in just a few hours.
Seriously? That sounds way too good to be true. Where are you getting this information from?
Oh, you know, a little bird told me.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it was a real rocket scientist.
Actually, it was. I heard it from a highly reliable source down at the Space Center. Can you believe it?
Wow. That's insane. Are there any more details yet?
Well, all I know is that the idea was floated out there a few weeks ago, and it's now set for launch. Apparently, the company has made a lot of technological advances that allow the rocket to travel faster than ever before.
That's amazing. So, when can I expect to hop on board and head up to the moon?
Well, according to the rumors, there should be a prototype ready to be tested in the next few months. So, you might want to start planning your trip soon.
Alright, sounds great. What activities will they be having up on the moon?
Ha! Well, I've heard they'll be offering a range of moon-related activities. You know, things like a moonwalking, moonhole punching, and a moon bathing.
Wow, that sounds like fun. What other random stuff can I do on the moon?
Oh, there's plenty of options. You could take a stroll around the lunar landscape, take some photos of the stars, practice some lunar yoga, and even learn about lunar engineering.
Man, I can't wait to get up there. Think of all the awesome stories I'm gonna be able to tell when I get back.
Oh, definitely. You could be the first person ever to explore the dark side of the moon.
That's it. I'm officially booking my ticket to the dark side. See ya later, Earth.
Bon voyage. Hey, have you heard the new joke going around? It's a hoot.
Nope, let's hear it.
Okay, so two donuts are walking down the street and one turns to the other and says, "Hey, man, we're on a roll."
Haha, that's hilarious.
I know, right? And then the other donut says, "I know, but don't worry, we can always take a sugar break."
Oh wow, that's classic donut humor.
For sure. But the best part is, then the first donut turns to the other one and says, "Hey, man, why don't you just shut your glazed hole?"
Ha ha ha, that's so punny, I'm rolling on the floor laughing.
I know, right? So anyway, then they stumble upon an apple flipping a pancake on the grill and the first donut says to the other, "Holy moly, what do you call an apple who flips a pancake?"
Ooh, that's a good one. What do you call it?
Why, a fruit tosser, of course.
That's so silly and clever.
I know, and it only gets better from there. So, then the donuts keep walking and come up to an ice cream truck. The first donut turns to the other and goes, "Wow, I'm impressed." So, what do you call a line of ice cream trucks queued up?
I have no idea. What do you call it?
A scoopulation. Hey, did you hear about the new invention? It's like a vacuum, but for dirt.
You're kidding me, right? Is it even remotely practical?
Practical? No, not at all. But it's the coolest invention ever. Apparently, you just need to turn it on and all your dirt will magically be sucked away.
You've got to be kidding me. That's completely impossible.
Who's to say it isn't possible? With the right kind of engineering and some imagination, I'm sure it could be done.
Alright, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Is this some sort of new agey, metaphysical invention?
Actually, no. It's a product of the cutting-edge technologies in a nearby tech lab. They call it the Dirt Vacuum 3000.
Oh, that sounds impressive. How much does it cost?
That's the best part. It's only $100. And that's just for the basic model.
Wow! That's a pretty good deal. Where can I get one?
You'll have to hurry, because they're selling like hotcakes. The inventor is only taking orders at his website, dirtvac3000.com.
Don't worry, I'm on it. I'm not sure how good the suction is going to be, let's hope it doesn't just give up after the first few uses.
Well, it sure seems powerful in the videos. But hey, we can always use some elbow grease if it fails.
Then I guess I'm ready to invest in some dirt-free living. See you later.